So I just saw the trailer for the Power Rangers versus Street Fighter Legacy Wars. They're currently having for the iOS game. And lo and behold, while I was searching for that WatchMojo Power Rangers related list, I come across this here, top 10 best cartoon crossovers, coming right off the Legacy Power Rangers Street Fighter thing, and talking about how I love crossovers. Yeah, timing. Just, wow. So here we got the top 10 best cartoon crossovers from WatchMojo. And on the thumbnail, we had The Simpsons meets Family Guy. Which, actually, that was more Family Guy meets The Simpsons, because that was strictly more a Family Guy writers and everything. It was Family Guy humor, not really Simpsons.
What is this, a crossover episode? Why, yes. Yes, it is. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 crossovers in cartoons.
Mr. Peanut Butter and BoJack Horseman in the same room. What is this, a crossover episode?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at episodes, specials, or TV movies
I did not see
where
that, but I've heard about
worlds collide. But we're excluding small cameos and references.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's actually good, yeah.
Number 10, Say Uncle. Steven Universe versus Uncle Grandpa.
Good morning. Bravo! This guy sure knows how to make an entrance.
These two shows could not be any more different. Steven Universe is essentially a magical destiny epic with an overarching narrative, while Uncle Grandpa is, well, not.
Looking good, Grandpa.
It's hard to really put Uncle Grandpa, both the show and the character, into a single category, which is what makes this crossover so interesting. Getting to see the fourth wall breaking weirdo enter Steven's world and screw with reality, causing everyone, especially Pearl, to freak the heck out.
We'll never escape! This is our new home!
How? You're overreacting.
I'm not overreacting!
It was a delight that even hardcore Steven fans could enjoy, since at the end of the day, Say Uncle was just a fun April Fool's Day crossover, and is not part of the Steven Universe canon.
Oh, okay, an April...
Uncle Grandpa! You're really here? I can't believe it!
An April Fool's Day crossover.
I literally can't believe it. How is this even possible?
Don't worry, bro. None of this is canon.
Number 9, Simsorama. The Simpsons versus Futurama.
Saw that episode.
They look a little similar. Yeah, like the guy who designed Bender just took a drawing of Dad and stuck an antenna on.
Exactly.
Both of Matt Groening's wildly successful animated series have referenced each other countless times, from Groening himself appearing in The Simpsons as the creator of Futurama, to a pile of discarded Bart Simpson dolls. However, it wasn't until 2014 that the show actually crossed over. Well, there was a comic book crossover, and Bender did show up in a previous episode, but Simsorama was the first time the two cartoons officially crossed over.
Oh, don't mention her eye.
Don't mention her hair. Don't mention her hair.
Don't mention her hair. Don't mention her hair.
And what a crossover it was. Involving time travel, monsters mutated from Bart's DNA, and of course, the Planet Express crew working together with the Simpsons only after trying to kill them.
Okay, let's get going.
Yeah. I think people didn't like this much because Fry was barely in it. It was more Bender focused.
Ben 10 Generator Rex, Heroes United. Generator Rex versus Ben 10 Ultimate Alien.
The difference is...
You really haven't heard of me?
Yeah, different universe altogether.
Two team heroes, two awesome power sets,
animation,
one big crossover.
That was so...
But it's hard to beat a killer team-up between two uniquely powered superheroes.
Alien Force was going on at the same time, I believe, and the
Generator Rex.
Just the difference in animation just was so weird for Ben.
Maybe we can help each other.
I want to see Rex in Ben's world, and I'm curious to know what happened to the nanites in Ben that he absorbed.
Rules. The heroes meet through an alternate dimensional portal and fight at first, before eventually teaming up to defeat the bad guys.
It always seemed like Rex had the biggest advantage.
Feels cliche or boring.
Yeah.
In fact, the action in Heroes United is a whole lot of fun, especially when Ben and Rex combine their powers for the final showdown.
The upgrade, upgrade suit. Which never happens.
Number 7, Fugue and Riffs. Archer versus Bob's Burgers.
Okay, kids.
Okay, I don't watch either of the shows, so I don't know.
Or an explanation of why that's funny.
While the crossover between Archer and Bob's Burgers leans a bit more into the cameo category, we're gonna go ahead and count it just for the hilarious meta nature of it all.
Wow! Where'd you learn to do that? I don't know. It was like instinct.
We are, of course, talking about the fact that the voice of Sterling Archer, H. John Benjamin, also provides the voice for Bob Belcher, a fact that was poked fun at in the Archer episode Fugue and Riffs. In the episode, Archer has lost his memory and has been running Bob's Burgers. That is, until a group of Russian hitmen attack him and force him back into his secret agent life.
Look,
and
the label on his coat has those idiot Russian letters.
Where the hell are Russians trying to kill you?
I don't know. He called me Archer. Maybe they think I'm somebody else.
Yeah, I wonder why.
6, Bravo Doobie Doo. Johnny Bravo versus
that brings
the
back
Scooby-Doo
memories.
She lives in this spooky house up on Widow's Peak.
Spooky house?
Oh, brother.
Whoa,
why?
Mama. The Scooby-Doo gang has had quite a few team-ups and crossovers in their decades-long cartoon career.
And Scooby and Shaggy so happy for that.
But none was quite as funny as their run-in with Johnny Bravo. After breaking down on the way to his aunt's spooky old house, Johnny catches a ride in the Mystery Machine, leading to all the classic Scooby-Doo tropes as Johnny and the gang pursue a ghostly gardener haunting the home.
Now, hold on a second there, mister. We're going after some creepy ghost person, and you want us to split up?
But as it turns out, the ghost was actually Johnny's aunt trying to scare him off
they tie him up in a tree,
much.
and that's when we get another Hanna-Barbera cameo.
And I would have done it too if it hadn't been for you meddling kids.
Number 5, the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour trilogy.
Oh, yes.
The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron
that brings back memories.
versus the Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, the Jimmy Neutron song is longer than...
What happens when magic and science collide?
Fairly Odd Parents.
You get the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, an ambitious and unlikely crossover between Jimmy Neutron and the Fairly Odd Parents. The first entry in this cartoon crossover trilogy was more of a switcheroo between the two characters.
Yeah, I remember
But the sequels actually saw the two characters clash and eventually become interdimensional
They mirrored
friends.
it for...
As strange as these crossovers were,
and then they made a villain
tons of fun
which
and
was
loaded with action. And seeing the characters animated in different styles was definitely one of its biggest draws.
I miss Jimmy Neutron. That was a good show.
Number 4, The Grim Adventures of the Kids Next Door, codename Kids Next Door, versus The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh, thank
I
goodness
had
you're here.
not heard of this.
You're not the Powerpuff Girls.
What?
No, we're not.
It's hard to imagine a show about two kids befriending death crossing over with a series following kid operatives who fight against adult tyranny. But Cartoon Network managed to pull it off with The Grim Adventures of the Kids Next Door. After Billy gets into some supernatural-related trouble, he seeks the help of the kids next door, leading to a strange series of events that results in Mandy running the kids next door and a giant supernatural pants monster. Yeah, this one's pretty weird, but it still makes our list, and it even gets bonus points for multiple references to other Cartoon Network series,
Pop-Up Girls,
including an extended cameo from Ed, Edd, and Eddy.
Hello!
Really?
Eddie's Pesky Problem Fixers. Got a problem that's pesky? We'll fix her for just one lousy quarter.
Number 3, The Simpsons Guy.
Simpsons Guy,
Family Guy versus The Simpsons.
I did not know they had a crossover
Homer
with...
Simpson.
We had the Griffins. Peter, Lois, Stewie, and then, the others.
Seth MacFarlane's Family Guy has been called a blatant ripoff of The Simpsons, which is why the eventual crossover between the two came as a bit of a surprise.
I think you and I are gonna get along just okay.
Nonetheless, The Simpsons Guy brought the two family-centric animated sitcoms together to somewhat mixed results. The episode was criticized for leaning too heavily into the shock value humor of Family Guy, but the crossover also deserves some credit for poking fun at the differences between the two series, as well as the blatant similarities, the latter of which is pointed out in a wonderfully meta way. Which is part of the reason why The Simpsons Guy earns the number 3 spot on this list.
Was pretty awesome. And look at that. Yeah, why did the Family Guy earn any of those?
Hey, that's no fair.
But the point.
None of them.
Yeah,
Number
exactly.
2, Rufus. Lilo and Stitch the series versus Kim
Oh,
Possible.
yes. Lilo and Stitch the series. It's Kim Possible. American Dragon, Jake Long,
crossovers on this list, this one definitely takes the cake.
The Proud Family.
Who would imagine that Kim Possible would ever show up in the world of Lilo?
It was an entire like three.
What's the sitch? No, who's Stitch? No,
What's
the sitch?
It was an entire
like
3-episode thing.
Stitch isn't a catchphrase. He's my friend.
Even weirder, this was just one of 4 other crossovers with
Recess.
The others being Recess, The Proud Family, and American Dragon, Jake Long.
All in a row.
Crazy, right? But as strange as this crossover was, it was still a ton of fun. Following Lilo as she calls upon Kim Possible's services to help rescue Stitch from Draken's clutches.
All right, Lilo, let's blow this.
Lilo didn't call Kim.
Before we unveil our #1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
But it wasn't Lilo.
Expecting someone?
The Marvel.
Not them. I'm Martin Mystery, paranormal investigator extraordinaire.
Yeah, this was never gonna happen here in America here because Totally Spies and Martin Mystery got picked up by 2 competitive studios, even though because they're Canadian. Because this show, both of them are Canadian here, and they were owned by the same company. In fact, this isn't like a dimensional hopping. No, these things, they were made by the same studio, and they take place in the same universe. But since they were picked up by 2 different channels, this episode was never aired in American TVs. If I remember right, which I think I do.
I guess I stand corrected.
Come on, girls.
Well, after a lad and his trickery, a muscle-bound ox like Hercules would be child's play.
Oh, really? You care to back that up, you stiff?
#1, the Jetsons meet the Flintstones. The Jetsons versus the Flintstones.
Well, I feel a little, this outfit, it's a little drafty.
Hanna-Barbera cartoons are some of the greatest classics of animation.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why this crossover between 2 of their most notable properties,
when
the Jetsons
Elroy
and
makes a time
Flintstones,
machine,
is our #1 pick.
And
this crossover
Genie.
followed the Jetsons as they met the Flintstones after being accidentally sent back in time. Or were they?
Wow, I wonder how far in the future we are.
Or where we are.
On top of being a great crossover, this TV movie also contributes to the dark theory that the Flintstones takes place after the Jetsons. Their primitive technology and prehistoric-looking society being a result of the pollution and radiation implied by the future of the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Of course, nothing's confirmed, but that doesn't make this crossover any less awesome.
Will you stop with the shaking heads?
It's the time machine, Mr. Spacely. It's kaput. Oh, yeah, and they can't kaput it back together again. And we're stuck here.
The Jetsons have offered to put us up till we find a place of our own.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out.
Yeah, and that eventually solved itself, but wow, yeah, that Jetsons meet the Flintstones. I can't recall the number of times I've seen the reruns of that special. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing, Elroy actually makes a time machine. Something that even back then was considered impossible, but it works. They were originally going to go to the future, but Astro, and accidentally with his tail, hits the lever, taking them instead to the past. So they think it's like, maybe we've gone so far back into the future that like things have reset, and so we're technically in the past. I don't know, but it's wrong. It's a misunderstanding, but you get the idea. And so, situation where the Jetsons hang around Bedrock for a bit. That's cool, you know. And then, like we expect, through a complete accident, the Flintstones wind up in the future, with the Jetsons' future. And the fish out of water story, with George becoming incredibly famous due to all his future technology. Yada yada. I had no idea the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy had a crossover with Kids Next Door. I watched those series when they were still on TV as well, but interesting how the Martin Mystery and Totally Spies was the only honorable mention. And let me see. Well, okay, no, Phineas and Ferb and Marvel. I have not heard good things about the Phineas and Ferb Marvel crossover. I didn't watch it. And yeah, the Hercules, the series, when it crossed over with Aladdin, and this is the Aladdin like set after the movie, after like the third movie, because Jasmine makes it clear in that episode that she was married. And yeah, I mean, Lilo and Stitch meets Kim Possible. Lilo and Stitch met everyone from Disney cartoon at the time. It's like it all happened in 1 month. In every Friday for that month, it's Recess, Lilo and Recess, Kim Possible, American Dragon Jake Long, and the Proud Family. Like Sugar Mama beat up Gantu like it was nothing, and it was awesome. Oh, memories. Jimmy Neutron. Oh my. Why did they cancel Jimmy Neutron again? I mean, that was a good show. Okay, this is something that's I've been bugging me for a while here, but Ben 10 and Generator Rex. They established in the crossover that Ben was absorbing the nanites inside of him. But just by being there, he got the nanites inside of him. So what happened after that? I mean, did they address that in an episode and I miss it? Because he would have the nanites in him, or does the Omnitrix do something and just... I don't know, but hey... oh no, that was great. What are the crossovers you guys want to see? Because, oh wow, I'd like to see so many. I mean, there have been comic book crossovers, of course. We've had, say, Transformers meets G.I. Joe. There's even one where the Transformers were in the Marvel Universe. You know, those Ghostbusters meet the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they even did, like, a bunch of iterations. Like, there was the IDW Turtles meets Batman, like the IDW, like the comics Batman. And then there was a 2012 Turtles met the 90s Batman from the animated series. I just, that scene where, Joker hits Shredder with Joker Venom, making him laugh. And Shredder manages, after a while, like, fights it off, because focusing on his hate of Splinter, and just, and then, wow, so many crossovers. There's been plenty. I mean, hell, I know Vertigo and Dark Horse have done a number of crossovers with their comics, but TV shows, we need more TV show crossovers. Just movie crossovers in general. That'd be awesome. Like, again, I'm still thinking of things like, I'm still thinking about my crossover with Gundam kicks the ass of Star Wars and the Clone Wars. Can't get that out of my head. Maybe I write this stuff down because there's so many crossovers. Of course, there's a popular like Pokemon meets Digimon. Anyhow, everyone, thank you all for watching. As always, comment down below what you all thought. Like and subscribe for more videos. If you wish to support me, click to go to my Patreon page. If you want to follow me up on any ideas for crossovers, if you got any cool ideas that could work, hit me up on my Discord server. Until then, this is Mecha-san, logging out.